Hello everybody, welcome or welcome back to another one of my YouTube videos. My name is Matledi Bana and I'm a consistently profitable Forex trader. Today's video is going to be it's going to be me looking back at like the entire market, another advanced self review, and then we're also going to be doing a forecast. I've also put timestamps in this video so that you can skip to whatever part of the video that you want to see. So I'm gonna start off from Monday all the way to Friday, and then I'm gonna go into the forecast. Cool. Now I want us to look at Monday. Okay, we're gonna start on a Monday. Let's do 15 minutes. We're gonna stay on the 15 minute, but we will be moving from time frame to time frame based on the analysis. Cool. So on a Monday, we see that market opened with this session gap, right? Which is that orange area over there. Let me also just open my notes so that I can be accurate. So market opened with that, and then another thing that we see over there, right, within that area is that we see this 1 hour break and retest area. If we go to the 1 hour, you can see it over there. That's the blue area, the 1 hour break and retest area. I'm going to extend it a little bit more, but because I feel like this week, we might market might it might be an important area for the market. I feel like the market is going to come there and then go down from there. That's where I feel like the market is going to. Cool. Now going back to the 15-minute chart, okay. Another thing that I noticed is that market was at this red area over here, which is the 4 hour support area, which then turned into a resistance area. We'll get to that in a moment. Upon session close, the past Friday, right? This is where the New York session closed. Should have this over here. Yeah. This session closed at this price over here. Price is 1.34867 dollars, and then market opened with the gap, and the gap over here, Sydney session, which is that open on Monday at 1.34076, which is the purple price. Cool. Now market opened low and then it went high, right? Went high up until like 5 a.m. At 5 a.m., that's where we see exactly the pattern that I usually trade, or model that I usually trade, which is a double top at an area of sensitivity. Now, at that time, I didn't see this, guys. I was nervous. I don't know. I just felt uneasy. I just had this feeling in my stomach, so I didn't take the trade. Cool. But then, as you can see over there, market respected the blue area, and then market went down from there. This is my take profit area because I trade structure, right? Structure to structure. Also, there's always a runner, right? So runner is a trade that if it happens that market goes beyond my actual take profit areas, then we know that we're capitalizing on that too. Cool. Another thing that I see, right, is that that was on a Monday. Cool. Going on to Tuesday, market so on Tuesday, right? Let me go back to my notes. On Tuesday, I asked myself, right, is the market's structure continuing to the downside or reversing to the upside? Because yesterday we were trading, we found a direction, right? And the direction was down. On Tuesday, is the market continuing down or is it going back up? Cool. Now we see that the market is continuing to the downside because this was the highest price reached on Tuesday, and then from there market dropped. But then over there too, we see that from there market started creating lower lows, lower highs, my bad, lower highs, and stuff like that. And then this is the take profit area. Why that area? It's the 15-minute structure. And like I said, when I first started this, like I trade structure to structure. Cool. And then from there, it is a Wednesday. Um, on a Wednesday, right? Wednesday, I trade this phenomenon. It's a trading idea that I came up with, right? Where it's called a midweek reversal. So that just means that if Monday and Tuesday the market was going up, on a Wednesday, market is going to start creating reversal to the downside. It either starts that reversal or it creates that reversal. Now, how do I know which one of those two am I going to trade? So if New York close of the previous day, right, did not create a reversal pattern like I see over here. There is a reversal pattern over here, a double bottom over here. If I see this, then I should see an order block over here. I already know this. I've backtested this. Order block must align with the neckline, and then market will go high, but it doesn't break. Sometimes it does break, sometimes it does break, but it always often retraces into the order block. Over here, we see that the market um, would have hit like my ideal stop loss, which it did, but then I managed to re-enter the trade to the upside. Now let me show you guys. I think I showed you guys this already. So these were my entries, right? Market hit my first stop loss, and then but I noticed that market is still going to the upside. So I took another trade over here. And if you can see it over here, I took another trade. Market went up to that structure over there. Take profit was hit and then came to retest the order block that we see here. So this order block that we see here will go to the other chart to zoom in to the 15-minute. This is the same model as this. So this big thing that I was trading, the small thing that I was trading was this big thing that I was trading too. So took another re-entry over here. Now, if we go to the 15-minute chart, right, we are on the okay, maybe let's do 1 hour so that you guys can see the 1 hour order block that I am talking about. So this is the 1 hour order block that I'm talking about. Cool. You guys see that? That was my ideal entry, but then I've modified it. And upon like doing my advanced off review, I figured that, you know what, I should start also paying attention to 15-minute candle structure. So this is the structure low, and that the market kind of, if sometimes, okay, I don't want to piss off brokers when I say this, but there is a lot of chart manipulation. The market maker does that. If you're using a book broker, that is a market maker, right? So they can manipulate price and chart to a certain extent, okay? But because they are regulated, they can't go past certain limitations, but they can do that. It's allowed. So that first entry was around here, was just a candlestick entry. Um, First take profit was over here, okay? And the second entry was over here, which is this 15-minute order block over here. Stop loss was just under that order block or just under the structure of the candlesticks. Take profit also was this structure over here, because now we're looking at the most recent information. For this, it's this, right? Whereas for that, it would have been this. Cool. So that's just how I approach this whole structural pattern trading. Cool. Now we go on to Thursday. Thursday for me was more of like transgression trading as well as transitional trading. So transgression is basically just breaking the rules, breaking the law, right? And like I honestly, it was breaking the rules and breaking the laws. Okay, I'm gonna break that down. And then transactional trading was more of an opportunity that I saw, an opportunity that occurred um, during. Okay, hold on. So basically, this is trading the price movement that occurs when one forex session transitions into another. That's transitional trading. So during this time, you'll find liquidity shifts, stop hunts. Sometimes, right? Some traders also experience with trading that they enter the trade during that stop hunt, and then at the nearest structure, they exit the trade, right? And these may also be breakouts from ranges too, and then there's also volatility spikes. So over here, this is exactly what I traded. It was a volatility spike over here, right? I knew it was a transgression trade because there were no rules that I followed. The only rule that I followed is that I knew that the market was going to have to come here to retrace, right? Okay, maybe it wasn't even like me breaking the rule because this was what I traded. This is the rule that I traded. So over here there's an M, over here there's an order block, right, that aligns with this one, right? And it was a transgression, me breaking the rule because it didn't align with this big M, but it aligned with this small M. So it was just me taking a chance. But I knew that market was gonna go up because market went up, came back to retrace over here. If we go down to the lower time frames, which I am not gonna do, you'll find that over here there is an order block or some kind of fair value gap. And then market came over there to my take profit area. So yeah, this was just one of those trades where I used my intuition to trade. I just knew, just knowing the structure of the market, what the market is most likely to do, and those sort of that sort of thing. So that's how I entered that trade. And then on a Friday, which was yesterday, and it was NFP, day before yesterday, I did do a forecast for NFP, and I did say that the market was gonna go up. I speculated that the market was gonna go up from this blue area into this blue area, but remember, the market is always right, guys. The market is always right. So that's why it's important for you to also be able to read the structure of the market. If you can read the structure of the market, then you know that the market is ready to go up. Cool. And then also on that Friday, I introduced um, these channels to guide me that, let's say the market does not go down to this blue area. Where would it go down to, right? And you definitely need these diagonals, support and resistance, because they were accurate in this case. Okay, um, they were accurate in this case. Market came over here, bounced over here, went up. Now I missed the NFP trade. Okay, I missed uh the NFP. Okay, now I missed the NFP trade. Yeah, and the NFP trade was so easy, really, really easy. Market went into this order block over here, this 15-minute order block over here, right? And then shot up from there. I called it, I called it, I called it. I knew that the market was gonna go up. You guys should start taking my signals. Or I should start selling signals. But yeah, market didn't go up to the blue area, but I believe that the market will be getting to the blue area. But then there was this purple area over here, as well as this red area over here, which was the 14-hour, uh, 4-hour support area. So those areas are really, really important. So sometimes if you see my chart is a little bit dirty, then you know exactly what I was looking for. So now, having looked at that, okay, having looked at that, I am speculating that the market is going to continue to the upside into that blue area that we spoke about. Um, I'll show you guys in a moment. So this is the red area. That is a 4-hour support area, and then this 1-hour area over here, the blue area. Yeah, this blue area over here. Remember, the blue area is the 1-hour break and retest area, right? So that's that on that. Maybe let me zoom in here and see how am I going to take this. Am I doing structure? Am I doing wicks? Okay, let me just do this entire structure over here. It's okay to also modify as time goes, right? As you can see, it's this area over here, broke, and then market retested it. It's also, it overlaps also with that gap, the session gap from the week. So right now I'm just keeping it clean, we're keeping it simple, looking to see if the market will um, just retrace this to the downside, or it will smash right into it and on top of it and then go up from there. So that is my market forecast for the next week. Thank you guys so much for watching. Also, I'm posting on TikTok now. I also just recorded for TikTok, so make sure that you follow me on TikTok. Thank you guys for watching. Until next time, ciao.